Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Comic Book Club with Alan.
I'm Justin.
And Pete is still away, but we are answering your audience questions
Yes, we are.
here on the show. You guys sent in questions to us at twitter.com/comicbooklive. So we're going to answer them for you guys. If we don't get to everybody's, we do apologize. We'll try to get to as many as we can.
If this was a radio call-in show, like, you wouldn't be on either.
Right, exactly. You also wouldn't win tickets to our concert.
Oh, we're learning to play instruments and starting a band and having a concert.
Yeah. Here's
That's what we're gonna sound like.
first question is, why don't you guys have a concert?
Oh,
That's
wow.
not what it is.
Oh.
Chuvunks,
that's
CHVNXS, actually says, you guys should do a show where you review classic events like Secret Wars or Infinity Wars, old stuff for new readers. I think that's a great idea. A lot of you have asked that a lot of different times.
Yeah.
And we keep ignoring you.
So you know what? Let's go out and answer that question and say yes.
Yeah,
we will.
You know what? Next week, we will do a classic storyline show.
That's great.
For you guys.
And just to kind of tease it up a little bit, Infinity Gauntlet, great.
I don't want to give any spoilers. Secret Wars, Spider-Man gets a new costume.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next question is from Walt Conway. If you could bring back any depowered mutant, who would it be?
Ooh.
Oh, that's an easy one, actually, for me.
Yeah.
Jubilee. Definitely Jubilee. It's
That's
ridiculous to me that they took away Jubilee's powers. It's also ridiculous to me that they made Jubilee so much older.
Well, it's crazy the way Jubilee fell from popularity. She used to be so cool. Like, I mean, she's kind of a Kitty Pryde replacement, but but everyone loved her. She was one of the main characters in the animated series, and then no one gives a shit anymore.
Yeah, well, Yellow Coats apparently weren't cool at some point.
Yeah, I guess.
Plastic crazy.
Chamber is one I'd like to bring back.
Oh,
I just did on a New Warriors thing, but I love him.
Yeah.
Who else? I just had another answer. I don't remember. Oh, what was the guy that had the worms come out of his body?
Maggot.
I'm a Maggot.
Yeah. Oh, we got to bring Maggot back. Maggot has to get an ongoing series. Written by Grant Morrison, art by Frank Quitely. Whatever money you have to spend, Marvel, you make this happen.
You make that. Actually, I like Maggot as a character.
Yeah. Really?
Doctor, and with the Maggot, Marrow, Cecilia Reyes, great.
Yeah.
I love all three.
So cool. Elizabeth Amber asks, do male fans compare themselves to male characters? Critics always claim female comic characters are bad for women's self-esteem. What?
That's funny. I was just imagining me comparing myself to like all of the characters.
Yeah, I don't. I think actually, if anything, it's certainly an interesting question. I'm sure everybody is very different on it. I know there's a certain sense. We were talking about the other day about superpowers and what you tell a child, to believe in, and we were saying that.
Well, we were on that tandem bicycle in the park. I think is when we were talking.
It was very sweet. That was a great picnic.
Oh, it was great, man.
I have always felt like I don't really identify with the character. The characters I always identified are people like Spider-Man or Cypher or things that were generally overwhelmed by everything that was going on, because that felt like a slightly more realistic place to come from. But when I imagine having powers, it's always like world-shaking powers.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't really get behind characters that way. I'm not like, oh my god, I'm sort of like that. But I know for a fact that Pete is. And I think Pete does identify with like characters like Wolverine and Punisher a lot. And I think that, it's good for his self-esteem.
Nice.
He's really growing up fast.
Jace Polveda asked, what's your prognosis to X Factor number 50? And I'm going to say pretty good.
Yeah. I'm surprised the way Marvel is marketing X Factor now. I think 47 is the next issue. There are ads in a bunch of comics for it with some quotes. That's great. And it is a great series. It's some of the best character work in all of comicdom.
Yeah. Here's a quote from Marvel. Ready? There's no X Factor about it. The secret is Peter David's writing.
Oh, that's nice.
You like that?
Here's the thing. I think they're gonna bring the whole team back together. Issue 50.
That would be great.
And I think there's gonna be a little marriage between old Madrox and Layla Miller.
That's so exciting.
Older than
Andrew Nickel asks, where does Pete store his comics? Regular log boxes, straw boxes, something else. Not on the living room floor, surely. No, he has a safe box inside of a whale.
Yeah.
And he goes inside of the whale and he stores them in there. This is a great question for when Pete is not here.
Yeah, no, it's
Obviously,
perfect.
Andrew, you didn't know, so sorry about that.
He has a double hermetically sealed bunker in Australia.
Yeah, actually, Pete is, for those of you who aren't aware, he is the only one of us who definitely takes actually really good care of his comics. When he goes to a convention, he gets everything graded and sealed.
At a lot, I mean, he spends a lot of money on it.
Yeah, on things like the first appearance of Baggett.
Yeah, which, I mean...
That's going to put his kid through college.
But, and also, not to talk about him, he's not here, but Pete does honestly think that he will sell his collection for a fortune when he's older.
Yeah, here's a little spoiler. He's wrong.
Yeah.
Andy Hatton asks, post-Dark Reign, is there any way the Marvel Universe can move forward, or will it just reset to a pre-House of M type state? I mean, I think there's going to be certain lasting effects, as lasting as things are.
No one's gonna touch Norman Osborn for a couple of years.
Right, absolutely. But I do think, like, they've been playing this long-range game.
Yeah.
Right? You have Dark Reign, you have whatever comes after Dark Reign, which is probably going to be like the fight back against the evil in the Marvel Universe.
Right.
And I do think there's going to be a certain sense of reset. I bet we'll see things like Avengers Mansion getting rebuilt and the Avengers getting back together with Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man at the lead. And we'll see things like that. It's going to be really cathartic and fun for comic
Because it
book
has
fans.
been a long time since Disassembled,
Yeah.
Avengers Disassembled. But I will say, I think I read somewhere that Dark Reign is kind of the end of their major events like this.
Right.
Like,
Well,
for a while.
For like 2 years, I bet.
Yeah, but at least there's going to be a break where I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they're obviously there's going to be something, and I bet the cosmic events keep happening. But yeah, I think it will reset to a much more like normal, like the Avengers, like you're saying, Avengers will be Avengers, everything will be normal for a while.
Yeah. Last but not least, there's one more question. Bojack asked, my question is, how did Alex...
Bo Jackson?
Bo Jackson. My question is, how did Alex get to write a comic for Marvel, and could we see any more books from the guys?
Yes. Yes, you can. Where do you work, Bo?
Yeah, I mean, just pitch it, basically, and it's not really much more of an exciting story than that. Hopefully, yeah, if people want to write comic books, everybody will get to write comic books.
Oh, that's your
my
beer.
This is a magic beer, and whoever drinks this beer gets to write a comic book.
No, it's cool. Just when we talk about like publishing comics, writing comics, they just it's right here. I don't know.
Well, if you were gonna write a story, if you were gonna write a comic, what would it be about?
What character would I mean? Because
Maggot,
obviously,
right?
yeah, I've pitched a lot of Maggot stuff. It hasn't hit yet.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
But I don't know. I of course I pitched some stuff as well, but I did it after you, so we'll see if it goes down the pipeline. But
Well,
yeah,
they already have a hot new writer at Marvel, so I don't know if there's going to be enough room for another dude.
one hot new writer. That's the slot. But I don't know. The thing is, the way we would probably, if we get something published, it'd be at Marvel.
Yeah.
But I actually would love to write for DC.
What would you write for DC?
I would love to write, obviously, Starman, but those characters need life breathed into them. So many of them, because they just seem so stale and so left in.
I would
Batman.
I would love to write like Green Lantern or Flash. Jeff Johns is putting her straight in the shit.
Yeah, right. I'd love to have a story where Batman gets superpowers.
Yeah?
Honestly, yeah. Because that's just it puts his whole way of doing things on its end, and finally seeing him like being able to solve all the crimes he can, like what would he do?
Yeah.
And what would he do after he finished that? How would he do it? Would he be more violent, less violent? I think that's a great storyline.
Yeah. There you go. You can check that out. It was recently in Superman Batman.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. But if you have a question for us, you can write us at comicbookclublive@gmail.com, twitter.com/comicbooklive. What else? Popcultureshock.com/cbclub. I know I forgot for a quick second. iTunes, Comic Book Club Live, where you can download these very episodes. And
if you're ever in New York City, or please move here, come to the People's Improv Theater Tuesday night at 8, where you can see us live and in person and just like get right up close to us and see how